Hey, it's me, Captain Awesome, and we're doing something a little different here. I've been drawing these past couple months, and this drawing program that I've been using has a speed paint feature. You can like play back your entire process, and I thought that was pretty cool. So have this here showing that off, and I thought this would be a cool opportunity to just kind of yap into the microphone a little bit. Here I'm drawing Elemental Hero Neos. Um, my kind of drawing process that I've been doing, I sketch everything on an actual notebook. I'm just fully copying like the card art. I'm just like with my eyeballs, and then from that I take a picture on this tablet I have, and I start coloring it all in. And it's pretty fun. I don't know if it really looks that good. I think I've been improving in some areas. My line art is terrible. I know that. Like, I mean, honestly, just drawing any sort of lines. If you need someone to draw a straight line, don't call me. Get somebody else. That is not where my skill set is. But I have a lot of fun with rendering, as you're seeing right here on like his left arm. Um, I love the shading and highlighting. To me, that's fun, and I feel like I do a pretty decent job there. But yeah, we got that going on. But one thing I did want to talk about are some future videos that I have coming up. Like coming up as if like I plan all this stuff out. Really, there's a lot of recordings that I have right now, or a couple recordings that I have. And a big one has been Manhunt. I've been wanting to play Manhunt and put it on the channel since I started uploading again at the start of this year. It's actually uh, probably the inception of me like recording like Pokemon Emerald was because we have Manhunt on the PS2, and I played it for the first time, and I thought it was great. This is the first horror game I ever played, really. Like seriously sat down and tried it, and I was just like, dude, this would be great if I could record it and then watch it back. Um, so so that's been something I've been wanting to do, and recently so the Manhunt is on Steam. You can play it on Steam, and I bought it on sale for $3, and I thought it was a steal. And I load up Manhunt, and as soon as I'm like about to press play, there's a big notification. It says controllers do not work on like this game. I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But I was like, well, maybe I can figure it out. Like, there's got to be a workaround, right? So I turn on the game. I plug in my controller just to see like it functions. There's inputs that happen when I push buttons. But yeah, it's definitely not designed for the game. Like, just whatever you're doing on the controller doesn't translate well to the game. And I was like, dang, like, and so I'm looking up fixes. I tried using a mouse and keyboard, but to be honest with you, it wasn't made for mouse and keyboard either. So I'm looking up fixes, and dude, there's like all these mod packs and stuff that people have made. Like, you got to download like 20 mods with like installers to like fix like graphical errors and just for the game to be playable, basically. You need to jump through all these hoops, and I tried a little bit. I didn't really try that hard, but I tried a little bit. And dude, even after like some trial and error, it really was not working out. And I was like, dude, at this point, it would probably just be easier to find my graphics card and plug in my PlayStation 2 into my computer and do it that way. So that's what I ended up doing. But I was so shocked. Like, how is there this game on Steam? Like, that just doesn't work. I don't understand it. You have to do all this extra stuff. But I guess maybe that's more common. I'm just not used to it. I've always been like a console player. Like, dude, I just plug in the thing and it should work, right? Like, what's going on? But yeah, so whenever you see, because I've already recorded the footage for it, my Manhunt Let's Play, and yeah, it looks pretty grainy, admittedly, because it's not. I don't have the greatest graphics card, and I don't have the greatest like PS2 to HDMI converter either. So you're kind of seeing like this like fairly low quality gameplay footage, but I was kind of happy with it. If you know Manhunt, it kind of fits like the whole aesthetic of the game. It's very like analog, kind of like CCTV camera footage. So the lower quality, the kind of graininess of the whole game, it kind of works to my benefit. So yeah, that's something I'm really looking forward to. Another thing I'm really wanting to do is streaming. I want to stream games that like I've already played through before, like games I love and I want to show off. I've tried to record some of those. No More Heroes specifically. I have the version on Switch, so that's pretty easy to just like capture the gameplay of and put it on stream or put it on like recording. But I try to sit down and record it, and I was like, man, it just doesn't feel the same. Like with all the games I've been playing, it's kind of like a new experience. Pokemon Emerald I've played before, but I've never beaten that game, and I'm not too familiar with it. So I feel like sitting down and recording those is a lot funner than like sitting down by myself and recording a game I've already played like 10 times in a row. So I want to stream those games. Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario Galaxy, obviously No More Heroes, as I previously said. And coming up, that Donkey Kong like challenge thing they just came out with, definitely want to stream some of that. So I'm looking to set all that up. It's not too hard. I already have OBS like ready to go on my YouTube, but I just need the time to like set aside like an hour or two to actually stream it. Real quick, actually, this is pretty much the final product here. Elemental Hero Neos. I thought I did pretty good. I added this little glow around the outline, which I think helped him. Well, it's straight from the card art. I didn't like come up with that. But at the end there, I thought it looked really weird. The background didn't really mesh well with the drawing itself in the foreground. But that glow that they have in the card art, that was the play. That really helped. But yeah, I thought it looks. I think it looks all right. And then here I have this NES and a Rolling Rock. If you know, you know. But this was actually, I took this picture of my actual NES. I got it out of the closet because, dude, I'm not plugging that thing in for real. The NES was probably, it was the first like real retro console that I got. And man, dude, whenever I revisited that thing, whenever I played it for the first time, like an actual NES, I was probably like 11. Might have been, yeah, I was like 11 or 12 or something. And dude, I love that thing. Dude, I was playing Super Mario Brothers probably for like 3 hours, just playing the original Super Mario Brothers. I've played it before. I've never beaten it, and I was trying to beat it, like going through the warp pipes and heading all the way to World 8 pretty quickly. But man, that game is fucking hard, dude. Like I don't know. Like that's probably one of the harder games that I've played is Super Mario Brothers. I'm sure if I gave it, maybe I'll record myself trying to beat that game. I'll stream that. That'd be fun. Like really trying to get to World 8 and beat it, dude. Those last like 3 levels, like World 8-1, I can sometimes get through unscathed, but there's no power-ups in all of World 8. So if you get hit once, I mean, one Hammer Brother fucking hose you, and you're shit out of luck. You're Small Mario for the rest of the game. And I know there's ways to like continue from there. Like if you hold A on Game Over or something, it just like starts you back at the start of the world or on the level you're on, something like that. So maybe I should just try it. Maybe I should learn how to like speed run it, and then beat the world record and get on summoning salts. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, as of right now, those are kind of the main ideas I've had. I do want to do more of those commercial videos. If you guys like that Fushigi fucking video I did, I actually got done recently recording another one of those, so look forward to that. I'm gonna probably stick it into my Manhunt video. It's probably gonna be a longer video, the first part of Manhunt. So I'll put that commercial break in the middle. But dude, I want to do more of those commercials, just commercials that I remember watching as a kid, or just iconic commercials in general. Definitely more stuff from like the early 2000s, things that would air on like Cartoon Network or something. That's just it's really fun for me to do, and that's why I make anything. If you guys see me post anything, it's because I wanted to, because it was fun to do. If you guys see me not post anything, like if I never post a Pokemon Emerald video again, it's because I just never had the will to record more of it. And that's not right now. I definitely want to record more. At this point, it's just time, man. You start growing up and fucking you're like busy and shit. And speaking of that, actually, one thing that's been on my mind a lot right now has been horror stuff. I guess probably because of Manhunt. But I was thinking about like horror and scary shit that I grew up with. And for one thing, fucking Like for me, dude, the scariest shit in the world for me was always creepypastas. Fucking put on Sonic.exe Markiplier Let's Play, and I was shaking in my boots, man. Probably, you know what the scariest YouTube videos ever were? The Tats Top 10 videos. I don't know how the fuck they did it. If you don't know Tats Top 10 videos, it would be just this fucking these long ass lists. It'd be like top 50 fucking internet creepypastas, and you know, creepypastas aren't really that scary. Most of them fucking suck ass. Like, they're not that interesting even. As a child, though, they're freaking you out. But dude, Tats Top 10s videos, when they explain to you, when they get the guys with the creepy ass voices explaining to you the summary of Jeff the Killer or some shit, it sounds like the realest fucking thing in the world. It sounds like you're gonna die tomorrow, dude, after listening to the story. And yeah, I mean, even still rewatching some of those videos, I've rewatched some of them recently. Just on the background, like I'll be playing Stardew Valley, and I'm like, you know what's perfect to listen to right now? God's Mouth, Tats Top 10 summary. Dude, that shit. They do a really good job. Just the soundscape. Whenever they switch to the next number, it'll be like fucking talking about Tiki Toby, and then it'll be like number 29, and it's the scariest fucking transition in the world. They do a really good job of fucking. I'm sure they still make videos, but yeah, man, they're lots of fun. But anyway, I was really thinking about like horror content for kids. I feel like that was a really big thing when I was growing up, and before fucking my generation. Like there was like Goosebumps, fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I mean, shit like that. I mean, I guess even fucking Scooby-Doo, you know what I mean? Like, there was a big fucking section of, like, media that was, like, targeted towards children or okay for children. Or children just fucking really, like, you know, watched it. Like, even, like, Ghostbusters, stuff like that. I guess, yeah, like, fucking, like, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Like, this was a whole thing. But, dude, I don't think that kids have that anymore. Like, what's a horror, like, cartoon these days? I don't fucking know of any. And I think like the answer is just like Five Nights at Freddy's and like Garden of Banban and shit. And you know, that's fine, I guess. Like I think Five Nights at Freddy's is all right. I guess, but it's not like made for kids. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have this this fucking like creation of love. I guess I don't know. Like you watch Courage the Cowardly Dog and you're like, dude, this is quality content. I would show this to a child, and they might be a little freaked out at night thinking about like the fucking, I don't even know, like the fox from Courage the Cowardly Dog or something, or the duck, the alien duck, the space duck or whatever. That guy is kind of freaky, but not too freaky, you know. And you know, I think that's perfect. Like that's good for small fucking kids growing up to experience like fear in that kind of controlled, like it's gonna be all right. You're not gonna be traumatized forever, but you know, you can get freaked out a little bit. Like that's all in good fun. But now it's all this like exploitative stuff. It's all like fucking, yeah, like Friday Night, not Friday Night Funkin', fucking, oh, I guess, yeah, like Sonic.exe and shit. You know, that's just like a kid's thing now. But anyway, yo, real quick, talking about this drawing that just finished on screen. This little fucking NES. Drawing the NES itself was hard as fuck, dude. If you remember earlier in this video, I'm horrible at drawing straight lines, and this thing is just a bunch of straight lines, and they're all wobbly and shit. Don't zoom in, it doesn't look great, but I think I did a really good job on that bottle, man. Like, I was drawing that fucking bottle, and I would zoom out, and I'd be like, dude, this bottle looks like I can grab this shit. I think really the most impressive part is that horse on the Rolling Rock. I don't know how I made it that good, dude. If you showed me just that horse picture, I'd be like, dude, I did not draw that shit. I don't know. Like, I fucking used all my power to draw just that horse right there. And here I'm drawing my spouse eating a fucking Oreo ice cream bar outside in the snow. Nowadays we get snow for fucking like every year, maybe sometimes even twice a year, in like February. Which is crazy. For like most of my fucking childhood, we did not get snow at all over here in fucking North Texas. It would be like once every 3 to 6 years we got like a lot of snow, but every other year, and like you wake up and there's like a little bit of frost on the grass, and you're like excited just for that. You're just like, whoa, look at that, and you still got to go to school, and it sucks ass. But yeah, these snow days, like they're kind of fun. I definitely had fun this year. I don't know when I don't know if things are gonna get like when things get really bad though. It's not fun at all, dude. Like that 2021 fucking snowstorm we had. That shit was fucking crazy, bro. People just lost power. Speaking of, dude, I lost power, dude. That 2021 snowstorm. I was working at Domino's at the time. This is probably the worst job I ever had in terms of like just how it made me fucking think about the world. It was the worst job I ever had, dude. Like I would go into work, and I've had jobs before that would be really frustrating. Like I'd be really upset. I'd be really mad working there. I'd be like, God dang it, these darn customers. But dude, Domino's made me feel empty. That shit made me feel void, man. That's what I was feeling. But dude, they called us in when all the power went out. Like we had to go stay with my sister at her apartment because our house fucking was cooked. No power, no heating or nothing. So we had to go stay with my sister, and Domino's was like, hey, y'all still gotta come in. I was like, fuck. And I went in like a fucking tool, dude. I should have told them no. That's one thing I've learned growing up. Sometimes you just gotta say no, and it's great. I'm like Wilt. I've always been like Wilt from fucking Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. You just say yes to everything. And I watched that episode as a kid, and I was like, man, what a fucking tool, dude. He's just saying yes to everything, dude. I wouldn't do that, and lo and behold, I ended up doing that. Anyway, so I'm gonna be starting college soon, doing some college classes. I think my semester starts in like August. I'm not even sure of the date because I am not locked in at all. But so far, I don't have like an upload schedule or anything, obviously. But whenever I make videos, or I want to at least have one video out like a month. I don't want to go a full month without uploading. That's kind of been in the back of my mind. Like that's my benchmark. I want to try to keep up with it as long as I can. But once I'm starting to do college classes, like I have no idea how that's going to affect anything. So we'll see if I like really slow down a lot, so that might happen. But speaking of, the reason I bring it up is because, dude, I had to do my TSI, right? Which is essentially like an exam you have to do if you haven't been in high school. Like if you were in high school the year before you're enrolling into college now, you don't have to do that shit. But because I haven't been in high school for like fucking, I don't even know, like 7 years now, I do have to go and take this fucking entrance exam, I guess. It's like math, English, and writing. You gotta write like an essay and shit. And I was trying to study for it. And dude, the studying, well, I mean, really, I didn't fucking study at all. But I was doing a practice test, and any questions I got wrong on anything, or if I felt like I needed to brush up on something because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, I would look up like YouTube videos and shit like that. I mean, I feel like that's pretty good. That's kind of like high level studying, if you ask me. But man, there's a lot of like educational videos on YouTube, and dude, I feel like some of them just need to get to the point. They're so long-winded. And man, if I was like a smart motherfucker, if I was like an educator guy, like I would jump on that. I would start making like lit math videos, dude. Like just imagine you're learning about fucking the quadratic formula, but it's fucking me, dude. And I'm putting funny ass shit in the middle of it. Like it'd be fucking awesome. But anyway, I already went in. I did my TSI, and I fucking rocked that shit. I did good as fuck. I didn't have to do any fucking remedial classes. And that's the main thing. Like if you do bad on it, or if you don't do like really good, then you have to like retake like algebra or like an English class or something. Like you have to fucking make it up if they feel like you have to. But whenever I went in, it was like I was like nerve-wracking, dude. Like you go into this room and they tell you it's like, yo, this room is gonna be cold as fuck, bro. You better bring a jacket. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's like in writing. That's what fucking the college told me. They're like, make sure you bring a jacket or a blanket or some shit because it's gonna be cold as a bitch. I was like, damn. Like I don't work well in the cold, dude. Like I would prefer the room to be 80 degrees than if it's 60 degrees. That's just me though. I know I'm weird. So already that was happening. They made me put my phone and my wallet and my keys in a locker outside of the room. So I'm like, I'm going into a separate room. All my shit's locked up somewhere else. fucking, and then you sit down in a computer. It's an empty room. I thought it was gonna be like a bunch of people there, and there was just no one there. I was like, okay. So it was like really quiet. I could fucking hear a pin drop and shit. But I was like, whatever, man. But dude, doing that math shit, I thought I was low-key pretty good on math. I was like, there's gonna be some questions where I don't know the formulas for something. If they ask me how to like size up a triangle based off like an angle or something, like, yeah, I'm a struggle. But I think I got most of it, dude. There's a lot of those questions I was like low-key lost on. Because they were asking you to like figure stuff out a specific way, or I knew you had to figure it out in a specific way. And I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna just use Kevin logic. And as I was like Kevin logicking some questions, like I don't even know how to describe it, dude. It would be asking me like a logical question to be like, hey man, how do you find this number of fucking things if so and so is fucking doing this? And I was looking at that question, and I knew they wanted me to plug in all the numbers into a fucking some x plus y equals fucking b or something. And I didn't do any of that shit. I was just like thinking about it. I was just sitting there. I was like, you know what? If this is this, and the answer choices are that, then fucking this one's probably right. I don't know. And I was doing that like a couple times, and then I realized I was doing that for like a good amount of the questions. I was like, shit, dude, I'm probably gonna be fucked. I'm gonna have to do like 3 remedial classes. But apparently Kevin logic worked, guys. Fucking we locked in. We got through it. I locked the fuck in on that essay, dude. That written essay. I was like, low key, dude, I forgot how to write. You know, like in school, they teach you all this shit. It's like whenever you have a prompt, they tell you like what your introduction should be, all that shit. I forgot how to do all that, but it didn't matter. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna just start writing, bro. And apparently I was writing. I got like a 7 out of 8. You know, that was my score. Like I guess 8 is like perfect. 8 is fucking like cinema. And I just got 1 below that. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty much that's my TSI story. But finished picture here. It's been finished for a little bit. I think I did pretty good. Fucking, I added the little Super Mario 64 snowman in the background for flavor. Because, dude, honestly, drawing, like, I didn't know how to texture like a lot of shit, like all the clothes and stuff. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, it looks pretty flat. I think the shading was okay on the wrapper, dude. That Oreo wrapper, that shit looks real, bro. I think I did pretty good on that, but everything else looks pretty flat. So I added that tree and the snowman from Mario 64 to kind of give it some flavor, kind of distract you from how shitty everything else looks. But you know, I had fun doing it, and you know and like I was saying, dude, fucking if I'm doing something, it's because it's fun. But yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. That's my fucking speed paint video. Go down in the comments, let me know what you think on my fucking pictures, man.